learned what was going to be happening here. And maybe this is going to be the first more even game. What got me so excited about game 1 and game 2, I love talking about this, is when you see, like, one team was very clearly ahead, right? But they make that initiation.
I love this little maneuvering coming in from the Rubik. They've taken out that small little camp with the sentry ward. It may be a bit of a sacrifice because the support's moving for this. The Moon gets caught out up on the top lane. So they start with the Burrow Strike. You've still got the Paralyzing Cast. There's no balance to work with, but it may not matter. You don't have Lucid Beam. You've got the Lunar Blessing. So a lot of physical damage coming in from this. Yes, too. He may even get his money when the Courier's back up because it's only the melee. He's not down for long. A little bit of trouble. Oh, nice Burrow Strike. Actually catching the Darkseer in the mid-surge. This will give him more time to attack into Moon, and with the Caustic slow, they may even have enough damage from Faith. Is there another little pop? The Caustics will hit him, but it shouldn't be enough to get the kill. And Moon will quickly surge away, and 2 minutes in, more TP support coming in, but actually with that TP, Misery decides not to make the run. He actually had Sprint on cooldown as well, but that's KP TPing into the mid lane to protect the SF. That's a big sacrifice, unless they can find an opening, and they can, because Kaka is rotating in. Weeha, he's still got the Astral Imprisonment, but SC's got the nukes available, so he'll Astral. Wait a second, SC maybe don't want to stand fine on top and take the damage, but it won't matter anyway. SC will get the kill and take the damage, and that is 2-0 now on the kill board in favor of Newbee.
It kind of doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. They hit back up to the top lane. Kaka's sitting, and he's going to try and rotate behind Moonmeander and catch him.
Slaughter's going to find him. In fact, Kaka starts taking damage from an Iron Shell. He might wonder what it's from. The Burrow Strike is forward. Now the Crush over on 2. Support coming in from the Rubik. He's got some of these as well. They get a quick Lucid Beam off, so at least it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. But it's Unveil the Luna, found in no man's land, wanting to run away. Kaka, the Burrow Strike's available. He doesn't get 2. Misery wrapped around the back. He still keeps that body block going, as maybe the Rubik, does he have the distance? They don't have the Moonmeander available for now, but more TP support's coming in with a Lucid Beam from U9. He buys space for Kaka, but the TP Misery goes too low. The tower, no, it's too early. Wow. He actually cancelled his TP, and U9 is away.
The reason to jump on the mid lane, so I like the fact that he kind of abandons this, gives it to Kaka, because if they commit the resources to kill a level 3 Sand King, it's not a big deal. Newbee will just kind of shrug that one off.
KP, when they saw the Observer Ward sitting in mid, they knew they didn't want to go for that, and instead they just rotate down to the Underlord. He only had 300 HP to start with, and now he's down to 0. Great rotation from DC. And
Blessing, they output a ton of physical damage. Moonmender's in some serious trouble.
He actually hoped the illusions from the Darksteel Wall would soak up a little bit more of we know Wee's already been giving us the Vanguard Maelstrom build on the Invoker, but he's actually looking at one of the newly changed items, which is Rod of Atos.
Ring around the rosy. Reggie's trying to juke.
He's got the ultimate. It's not going to happen. Omni-side space. Oh, and it's into the Kaka. Bounce down. The last one is the SC's neighborhood. Resolution. I don't want to get in too deep here, but there's 5 heroes from Digital DP on the sidelines getting experience and farm. You're a 5-man committal when you don't get a kill and you don't get a tower.
And we almost have that Helmet Dominator for U9, so he'll be able to have that extra presence around the map. Newbee making very aggressive rotation with the set, but I love how active they're playing him. They're just not just parking him in the mid lane.
They're coming for Wee. All he needs is that Burrow Strike to connect, and then the Razors will do the work. Hits once, then actually maybe with the one charges and the saving of the infused raindrops. Weeha, he'll defensive imprisonment. SC will see it. He's in range for the short range raid. Oh, too early! He'll still hit him in the trees. The committal of the death ward from Faith just to make sure, but maybe Misery. As Weeha, he just showed himself, and Newbee in a fantastic position for this. How long does Wee stick around? Way too long. They've found him. The Burrow Strike's there. Razors, Death Ward, a little bit over committal, but it makes sure that DC can't catch him up to him in time and do it.
And I think show Weeha somewhere on the map, so it makes this, oh wow.
They're actually going to try this. The question is, does DC realize it? They smoked in. We've got one little mud golem running inside the pit.
All right.
Spoils the whole thing. Kaka.
Oh god, this is
back bad. He kills Weeha. Misery. He gets the stun. The Darkseer wall is down, and then Eclipse goes off with the Burrow Strike. Already the Darkseer is exposed. He gets the ulti off. Now they actually have the fight that Newbee was looking for with the Death Ward down. Only ulti will do some work, but not really enough yet. As Roshan is so low, they want to finish the job. The Darkseer wall's causing a couple of problems, not making more copies, unless that's really just a farm. And the Aegis Immortal goes to SC, plus the kill on Roshan to Newbee.
Oh man, I thought that was going to be really bad.
Like, the push is too hard. Even when you come in close, you then start bumping up U9. The imprisonment will be there. Paralyzing cast will cause a couple of problems. A lot of iron shells here. Let's end the pit him out. It holds him out. Resolution into the spin. Misery gets an amplification over on U9. They're all just backing up Newbee. A good reaction. Faith may be the casualty here, but his paralyzing cast is back off cooldown. He'll come out of the imprisonment. SC, what's he doing? He's going to be the first to start with. Faith, where's that paralyzing cast? It never comes out, and now you've actually got that run of Aethos root onto the SF. He gets up the hill. The pit is just KP creating space. He's out of mana. They don't want to fight now.
Yeah, there's no reason to. They've got Kaka about to finish up a Blink Dagger, and he also needs to hit his level 9 so he can...
If Haze onto any hero, there's no big burst damage. Now Slaughter is in fact the one to get burst damage down. They commit the Eclipse, and Misery is toast.
The Eclipse is going to be on cooldown for a while, so I think DC can still be aggressive, especially since they know the Underlord ultimate went bottom. Ooh, this played back into the top lane is interesting.
Oh, the Sentry Wards are there for the Forest Strike. They wind up, and Darkseer can't survive. Misery, the BKB, SC got robbed. The Misery's crush has no effect. The last attack Fizzy will do the work in a quick TP out. Not enough Chris to help. They get 2 kills and get away with murder.
That was saying, like, they can't give up tier 2 because it just means the shrines start disappearing.
They found Faith. It's more of a sacrifice than anything else. Faith is trying to get that malady off and any kind of follow-up, but yeah, that ain't happening. And in fact, all he did is actually give it over.
Vacuum into a Blink Crush. The wall sent down. Weehawk gets a couple of right clicks in and maybe drops the Sanity's Eclipse.
Well, we'll find if they can get the positioning. It's Newbee who are the ones to smoke up to start with. They're going to wrap around, and they found their target. It's Resolution, it's a big one, but he gets away under the cover of Spin. Kaka.
Oh, there it is!
And they jump in! It jumps in, and they winding up the ulti, and just instantly hits back. But Odi has to defensively imprison. It's the only way to save up himself, but now it's still not enough. Face with the Death Sword. It does work. The only flash, however, finally Resolution gets some damage out. The paralyzing cast negated by the spin, but Moon trapped in the tree line, trying to get away with the Burrow Strike. Kaka puts himself actually almost trapped. There's a small path to freedom, allowing now Moon to run away, and again Kaka missing the blink. He doesn't get down to Moon. That could have actually been a lot more of a catastrophe for DC.
Oh, I mean, DC, they hit like that.
To do, and the only thing they really had was the Juggernaut battling the heroes so far away, like the Corrosive Haze on them, that they had enough damage to get through them.
Careful Resolution.
They're trying to trade owners again, and now, well, it's actually the Rubik.
Oh, that's a BKB used.
Yeah, maybe not the greatest thing in the world, but
probably still needs Roshan for free, though.
Unless they want to have a crack at it.
I think
DC didn't have vision of the BKB being used.
It's tough, because DC is seeing, like, okay, we do have
that butterfly, which just got picked up over on the SF.
Oh, wow. Just ahead of Misery.
He's still going to get hit. The spin up. The SK is going to hit the ground in a second. With the spin, they push it down a little bit further forward with the 4-star. And it's just retreat now for DC if they can. The Burrow Strike again. Kaka goes in, loses the beam, defensive imprisonment. This host is to wait the time out. KP trying to catch the back line. SK will Burrow Strike up, but the attack from the SF still follows the floor down the other side. They group up the back of the wall. It's good, but where's the damage? SC rips the ulti out. Turkey takes it over towards Weehawk. It's a double kill for SC. They're starting to farm up the illusions in the wall. It's also time to move to the mid lane.
A slight misread there. I think KP was a bit out of position. Resolution thought maybe I can actually just Omni-slash this hero and then spin. As I kill him, I spin and run back and I'll just be able to get away. But unfortunately, the rest of Newbee were able to get there in time. All of a sudden, it's Omni-slash. Pounces go deeper and deeper into Newbee's team. And that just kind of forced Moonmeander to make an initiation. But
the difficult hold. OD just had to spin his buyback. He was the only person. Now she's Juggernaut some money to get the buyback. They jump forward. SC tries to stand his ground. Remember, he's got the Aegis, the BKB from Moon 9 triggers, and with the tower down, the Glaze will start to bounce. There's going to be a lot of damage going through the line of DC, especially when Kaka gets the Burrow Strike. Weehawk is a die back for him. You can say goodbye to Rubik. This SF is going beyond godlike to claim the mid-racks, and now with all the tier 2 towers down, you know what they're going to do? They're going to destroy it and actually get the GG call out from DC. Very efficient, very crisp from Newbee.
I think DC learned a pretty important lesson. Last night they faced up against the Underlord. They got a 1v1 scenario, and they had some pretty good heroes to be able to deal with it. It almost won out in that game. In a certain team fights, it looked pretty good, but ultimately DC did win the game. They felt comfortable. They're like, oh, we can beat an Underlord.